So for individuals who are in the early stages, you might want to increase the intensity of this workout by also adding a stability cushion that looks like this. Purchase one on Amazon. What this will do is this will increase the work in your abdominal wall. And so if you're in the early stages, you'll probably be fine to do this. And this is just a way to make sure you're also engaging the internal obliques, the TVA, the deepest layer of your core. But what I will say is when you put this stability disc on a chair, make sure your feet aren't dangling in the air. So for me, in this chair, I would need to put 2 yoga blocks under my feet. And I would have to do that for all exercises so that my feet are not hovering and I have that stability. Remember, your thighs, when you're seated, shouldn't be above the bony protrusions of your hips. They should be slightly below. And you want your ankles tracking under your knees and your feet solidly planted, perfectly parallel. Add this disc for any of the levels if you see fit. Let's grab our blue loop band, bringing it around our wrists, crossing our right leg behind our left. Inhale, float the arms up above the head. Plug the shoulders down, side bending to your left in the direction of your front leg, bending the body. And inhale, floating it back to center. Notice that I'm not straightening and bending my knees. I'm staying nice and soft in the knees, neutral pelvis, so somewhere between arching and rounding the low back. Belly is firm. Gaze is a little higher than eye level, even as I bend and lift. Another thing to think about is a little pulling out action on that band to engage the upper back. If you feel pain in the front of the shoulders when you do this, perhaps this band and this progression is too hard, and you can go back to the red loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. Keep going here, exhaling to bend from your side body, inhaling to lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling to bend. 2, 3, 4. Inhaling to lift. 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. With each inhale, I feel my pelvis grounding down. With each exhale, my inner thighs pull back. Keep that going. And let's lower the arms, switching the cross of the legs, bending the knees, neutralizing the pelvis. Inhale, feel the pelvis ground down. Exhale, feel your inner thighs pull back a little. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And exhale, now bending to the right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, up. 2, 3, 4. Again, stay low in your legs. Keep going. Keep the bend in the knees, the neutral pelvis, no rounding. Plug the shoulders down the back. Gaze is soft. Front ribs are trying to reach through your body towards your back body. Back ribs are pressing towards imaginary hands on your shoulder blades. Finding your upper back will help take some of the pressure off your chest and neck. We want to use that upper back more efficiently. And today we're going to learn a lot of exercises and work through level 5 progressions, strengthening the back, abs, and entire body to combat Parkinson's. Finish up your last set. Pick up your purple loop band, and let's come over to the chair. Now, we're going to do some single leg marching, alternating sides, bringing the purple loop band around the ankles like so. Now, if you find that this progression is too much and you feel like you're straining, you can go back to level 4's blue loop band. Now, I don't have Parkinson's or flat back posture, so I'm taking this band off, but you're going to keep it on. Now, we're going to bring our head into our hands, leaning it back into the hands, and we're going to start a slow march. Inhale, lifting one thigh up, flexing the toes, and exhale, lowering it down slowly, alternating sides. And as you do this, think about tipping your tailbone back and only lifting the thigh as high as you can maintain that neutral pelvis. I'll keep reminding you of this throughout our work today because rounding your low back puts pressure, excessive pressure on the low back, and we don't want this. We don't want to reinforce poor alignment and posture. We're going to tip our tailbone back, finding somewhere between an arch and a rounded position. lifting our thigh only as high as we can maintain that position. We're still alternating. We've got our head leaning back into the hands, our elbows wide, our shoulders plugged down. And now where is your upper back now in space? Are you pushing the rib cage forward and disengaging? Are the shoulder blades fighting to find one another, pulling together? Engaging your shoulder blade anchor, plugging the shoulders down the back. Another 20 seconds here. Inhale to lift, 2, 3. Exhale to lower, 2, 3. Keep that going. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. Exhale, lower, 2, 3. Nice, steady tempo. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Keep fighting for the back ribs to reach to those hands, pulling the navel in towards the spine. And we're going to now grab our blue loop band and our 3 and 5 pound weight in the YouniquelyFit kit. So with the blue loop band, we're going to place that around the ankles. Since we'll be holding a little longer, I want to take the level down a bit. So blue loop band around your ankles and your 5 and 3 pound weight. Start with the weight in the dominant hand and the blue loop band around your ankles. It looks like this. I'm going to take the band off since this isn't good for my posture. You'll keep it on. We'll be lifting the thigh and taking your arm up to a V. Elbow points out to the side, then the forearm lifts. If you notice the front of the shoulder painting, you may not be ready for the 8 pound weight lift. This PNF, or as we call it in Pilates, pull the sword out like Peter Pan. As I lift up, I inhale. And my thigh lifts, but I don't round my low back. I keep a neutral pelvis. And I exhale, slowly lower. Take 4 counts to lift up. Inhale, 2, 3, flexing the toes of the foot that lifts. And as you lower, feeling your inner thighs pull back to the wall behind you, helping you to sit nice and upright on the top of your sits bones. Shoulders are plugged down. Gaze is soft. Collarbone is wide. Give me one more on this side. Up, 2, 3, 4. Lower, down, 2, 3, 4. Let's set up on the second side. So you should have that blue loop band around your ankles for your knee flexion. Passing those weights to the other side. And since this is probably your non-dominant hand, you may notice that this is a little heavy for this side if it's weaker than your dominant side. So if that's the case, you can always go back to the 5 pound weight. You don't want to feel pain in the front of the shoulder. Go ahead and get started. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Notice that the other hand is on my hip for stability. I'm feeling grounded through my pelvis on each inhale. I'm pulling back with my inner thighs to sit tall on my exhales. I'm reminding myself of those imaginary hands on my shoulder blades, trying to bring my back ribs into those hands. I'm lifting my chin. I'm keeping my gaze higher than eye level. Use that breath. Hear it. Last one. From here, we'll need our blue Theraband and our anti-burst ball. We're going to stand on the end of the blue Theraband, wrapping around the knuckles of our dominant hand with the thumb on the outside. Ball goes between the inner thighs. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, inner thighs squeeze in and pull back towards the seat of the chair or towards the wall behind you. So you're nice and tall in the sits bones. From here, inhale, prepare, pelvis pulling down. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, add that loaded arm, framing the face, turning the head down, the chin down or up on the diagonal, whatever feels best on the neck. And then inhaling, back up to center. Exhale, we side bend. Inhale, we add the bottom arm. Exhale, we hold. Inhale, we come back up to center. So that's all it is. We bend, and as you bend, watch out for lifting the opposing hip. Make sure it stays grounded on that chair as if it's trying to pull down through the chair to the floor, lengthening and stretching the side body. And as you hold, those external obliques are recruiting, which will improve posture and help combat the forward lean. You've got another 10 seconds on this side. 5, 4, keep going. 3, 2, 1. Take a second to pass the band to the other hand, standing on the end of it, wrapping around the knuckles with the thumb on the outside. Make sure you haven't gotten into a slouching position. So sit up tall on your sits bones. Inhale, pelvis grounds down towards the floor. Exhale, inner thighs squeeze in and pull back towards the wall behind you. And inhale, grounding. Exhale, side bending. Inhale, add the loaded arm. Exhale the air out. And inhale yourself back up to center. So continue on. I'll count your breath this time. Exhale, bend. Inhale, add the arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back up to center. Keep that going. Exhale, bend. Inhale, add the arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back up to center. And one more time. Exhale, side bending. Inhale, add the arm. Think about the back ribs reaching for imaginary hands on your shoulder blades. And inhale yourself back up to center. Setting the band to the side, keeping the ball between the inner thighs, hands to the belly. 3 diaphragmatic breaths, pushing the belly out to relax the nervous system and then letting it relax in on your exhales. So inhale, we push the belly out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, we let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Inhale, push it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, push it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. We'll grab our blue Theraband and we can keep our anti-burst ball between our inner thighs, or we can sit with our legs together. We're going to we'll hold the Theraband like we're holding a jump rope, wrapping the knuckles with the thumbs on the outside, and then bringing our arms up to 2 right angles. If you feel pain in the front of your shoulders, you're not ready for this progression, go back to our level 4 progression with the green Theraband. Holding those arms up, inhale, and exhale the elbow and tricep pulse, and we twist back. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower those arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Other side. Exhale, twist, stem, pulse. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower the arms. I want you to keep going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pulse, twist. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. Elbows as high as the shoulders. Exhale, lower. Are you painting in your neck? Lift your chin. Keep your gaze up higher than eye level. You have to actively plug your shoulders down here while simultaneously bringing the front ribs, breastbone, sternum towards the back body and imagining those hands on the shoulder blades pressing in. Your back ribs are pressing into those imaginary hands. So we puff up the upper back, stay engaged, don't over-recruit the front of the shoulder or pecs. When you start to feel the front of the shoulder, go back down to the green band. There's no shame in this. You want to build strength. You don't want to use momentum because that's how you can injure yourself, and it doesn't give you the benefits that strength will give you. So you have another minute here. Option to take a few shoulder rolls if you're feeling fatigued. Otherwise, continue on. You get the lowering in between sets, so hopefully that's enough time to recover so that the quality of movement doesn't suffer. This is a heavier band, a much more challenging variation, but as those elbows go up, soften the sternum inward. Pull those low abs in towards the spine. Lift in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Let's get together for the final couple of sets. So lower the arms wherever you are. Inhale. Pelvis grounds down as the arms come up. Exhale, twisting right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, pelvis grounds down, arms come up. Exhale, twist. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower those arms. Okay, from here, we'll need our 3 and 5 pound weight, and we'll keep our anti-burst ball. If you don't have it, place it between your inner thighs. Hold the weights in your dominant hand, other hand to the hip. We'll do knee flexion without rounding the low back, pressing the weight up, and then lowering slowly down. And we'll twist towards the thigh we're lifting. So we inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4, twisting, exhale back to center and lower. 2, 3, 4. So a 4 count to go up and twist, a 4 count to center and lower. The legs shouldn't be lifting so high. It's more about squeezing in and pulling back with the inner thighs so that you're right on the top of your sits bones and your pelvis is in neutral. So if you are rounding your low back, you are using momentum or you're gripping in areas that we don't want to be gripping. So make sure you pull the belly in, lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, keep tipping the tailbone back using your breath. You're doing great work. Each exhale is an opportunity for the inner thighs to pull back a little bit more. Let's go ahead and switch sides, setting up on the second side. If at any time you need to lose the 3 pounds and just keep the 5 pounds, listen to your body. We don't want the front of the shoulder feeling it. You should feel it in the back of the shoulder. That torso twist is not from your pelvis, it's from your rib cage. You're engaging the deepest layer of your core by bracing the abs, pulling them in towards the spine and lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. You've got another 30 seconds here. Keep using the breath, keep coming back to the energy running through the body. Every inhale, as you do that overhead press, in opposition, the pelvis pulls down. Every exhale, the inner thighs squeeze in and pull back towards the wall behind you, helping you to maintain good posture and pelvic alignment. Watch out for the shoulders creeping or the chin dropping. Gaze is higher than eye level. Use that breath. Okay, from here, we can set the weight down, grab our purple loop band. Now, this progression is one of the hardest ones in our level 5 Parkinson's, so feel free to go back to the blue loop band if you need it. Bringing it around your wrists, either around with the palms facing up or facing one another. Unilateral, which means single arm, external rotator cuff with side bending. It'll look like this. So we're going to bend 2, 3 on the exhale, inhale, lift, 2, 3. Stay on one side, exhale, bend, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. Feel your pelvis grounding down when you're lifting up. Feel your inner thighs pulling back as you pull down. Keep that going. And let's switch sides. It's a challenging one. No shame in going back to the blue band if you need to. Sit up tall, plug the shoulders down. Here we go. We pull out, 2, 3. Inhale, ground down to lift up, 2, 3. Exhale, pulling out, 2, 3. Inhale, grounding down, 2, 3. 2 more times. Exhale, bend, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. One more. Exhale, bend, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. Setting that band to the side. We'll now take our small anti-burst ball and bring our chair close to a wall for safety purposes. Let's place the ball between the inner thighs and the hands on the chair. Moving into our cow posture, lifting the chin and chest, head, and tailbone up to the sky, bracing the abs, holding it here for 6 full inhales and exhales. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, no movement. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. And inhale 6. Exhale 6. Begin moving through your cat and cow. Inhaling to arch the spine in our cow pose. Exhaling to tuck and round, gazing through the legs. Inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. Keep that going. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. And as you continue with this tempo, play around with circular motions of the spine, diagonal movements, just moving the upper part of the body or the lower part of the body and isometrically holding, which means stabilizing one area of the body. So do what feels nice. Get into those spots that are stiff, moving the body in a new way, circular, diagonal, or continue on with the cat and cows just for another 30 seconds here. Breathing, should feel nice. If the wrists get tired, take a seat in the chair and move right into your diaphragmatic breathing, hands to the belly. Just another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's find our way back to the chair with our small anti-burst ball. Seated in the chair, on the top of the sits bones, inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, feel your inner thighs pull back, hands to the hips or behind the head. Inhale, pelvis grounds down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Now let's bring our hands to our belly for 3 deep inhales and exhales, pushing the belly out on our inhales and letting it fall back in towards the spine on the exhales. I'll count you. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. We're going to make our way over to a wall with our foam roller and our blue loop band. That's the blue loop band, and it's going to be around your ankles like this. So we'll be doing some knee flexion, which is marching. I'm going to take the band off since I do not have flat back or Parkinson's, and it's not good for my posture. But you'll keep it on the ankles. This will add some resistance for both the quadriceps and the hip flexors. Bringing the outside hand to the hip or behind the head, pinning the foam roller with the inside hand. Knuckles facing the roller, palm facing your face. Plug your shoulders down, and you're going to begin marching. The inside leg will lift up. 2, 3, 4, lower down. 2, 3, 4. And as it lifts, you neutralize the pelvis. You don't let your pelvis round under. You tip your tailbone back. You pull the belly in towards the spine. Your supporting leg, make sure that the leg is perfectly parallel and you're not turning the foot out or in. There's equal pressure between the heel and the toes and the inner and outer edge of the foot. It's not collapsing in or out. Equalize that pressure. There's a soft bend in the knees, or knee rather, deep bend in the lifted leg as you take it up. Dorsiflexion in the foot you're lifting. And the biggest component of this is the abs staying engaged, the belly pulling in, and you activating, tipping your tailbone back actively, that lower pelvic floor. So to do that, the belly has to be in, and then you have to lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. If you get tired, you can always take a pause, but keep going. You've got another 20 seconds on this side. If you can do it, hang in there. If the blue loop band becomes too much, take it back to level 4's red loop band around the ankles. Just 10 seconds to go. You should be going slowly up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Let's turn around to the other side, still keeping that blue loop band, or if you took it down a notch, the red loop band around your ankles, pinning the foam roller with the other hand, knuckles facing the roller, palm facing the face, plugging the shoulders down. Don't start quite yet. Bend both knees, feet hip distance apart. Equalize the pressure between the toes and the heels, the inner and outer edges of the feet. Pull the belly in. Lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, and inhale. Take that inside thigh up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower it. 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. Take it up. 2, 3, 4. Lower it down. 2, 3, 4. Using the breath. Keeping the gaze higher than eye level. Widen the collarbone. Try and pull those shoulder blades together, plugging the shoulders down the back, really relaxing the facial muscles as much as you're able to. Imagining my hands on your shoulder blades, bringing the back ribs towards my hands. Only lifting the thigh as high as you can, not round your low back. Don't lock out in your supporting knee. No pressure on the knee joints. Counting you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Setting that blue loop band you had around your ankles to the side, as well as the foam roller. From here, We'll stay by a wall, bar, or counter for safety purposes. We're going to do a super, super slow march. Arms will swing now as they would if you were marching quickly normally. And you're still going to dorsiflex the foot you lift. And you're going to lift your legs so slowly that it might, I just want to make sure that because it's so slow, you don't overlift to the point where your low back rounds. So we're still going to go for that neutral pelvis, abs engaged, chin up, and eyes a little higher than eye level at all times. 7 counts to go up, 7 counts to go down. Soft bend in the knees before we start. Here we go. Inhale, lift one leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, we lower it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other side lifts up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't drop your gaze, lower it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alternating sides, pelvis pulls down as the thigh goes up. And it lowers it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time, lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. Option to step forward or backwards or sideways or diagonal through space onto the leg, challenging the balance. As you begin lifting the thigh, only do what you're comfortable with and what is safe for your body today. And remember, 7 counts up and 7 counts down. Your chin is lifted. You are imagining those hands on the shoulder blades. Back ribs are pushing into them. Belly's firming in towards the spine. You're really lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, neutralizing your pelvis, tipping that tailbone back. All these checkpoints I will continue to remind you of because we lose track of those as we're doing our exercising and working. One more breath here. We're now going to come back to our chair, bringing our yellow Theraband and our anti-burst ball. I'd like you, actually, we'll do that in a second. We're going to do some hip circles first by the wall. So let's stand by the wall and one hand on the wall, bar, or counter. Slow 7 count to lift the thigh up, externally rotating it. Take it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Super slow, still recruiting the hip flexors and quadriceps. Lower it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, inhale, lift up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time. Inhale, lift. 2, soft bend in the supporting knee. Belly firm. Neutral pelvis. And let's turn ourselves around to the other side. Don't begin quite yet. Both feet hip distance apart and parallel. Soft bend in the knees. Equal pressure between the heels and the toes, the inner and outer edge. Inhale. And now we begin lifting up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Super slow. Take it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering it down. And that circle is going away from the body. Notice that I'm doing external, not towards the body. You'll feel the quads and hip flexors recruiting. Don't overlift the leg. Keep going. So when I say don't overlift, I mean don't hike your hips. Your hips should be square like headlights to the wall in front of you. And this side knee flexion or hip circle, it goes from forward knee flexion to the side knee flexion, both of which are exercises we will do to strengthen your quadriceps and hip flexors throughout our work today. Keep going. Make this one your last one. And now, after this one, you can grab your yellow Theraband, and your anti-burst ball, coming to sit. Ball goes between the inner thighs. Hold the end of the Theraband in each hand, like you were holding a jump rope, and throw the center of the band over your back, right over your shoulder blades, taking it under the armpits, wrapping around the knuckles with the thumbs on the outside. This light band is here as a gentle reminder for the front ribs to reach for the back ribs and for the back ribs to press into that band, engaging your upper back, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, squeezing in on the ball, inner thighs pulled back. Lifting one thigh and extending the shin, dorsiflexing the foot, and then lowering it down slowly. Alternating sides, inhale, lift, extension. Exhale, bend at the knee, and lower. Only lift the thigh as high as you're able to maintain that neutral pelvis. This is an easy exercise to lift the thigh and round and slouch. We don't want to reinforce that rounding in the low back. So be honest with yourself. Pelvis grounding down, tip it back a little bit, lift the thigh only as high as you maintain the neutral pelvis. Belly is firm. You're alternating sides, staying with that breath, reminding the front ribs to reach for the back ribs and the back ribs to press into that band. Chin up, gaze higher than eye level. Finish up your last one. Great job.